Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I will be showing you how to make this lovely shift dress. So the first thing I did is to fold the fabric into two, as you can see, and I'm going to fold all over again. That means I'm folding into four. It means I will be cutting the front and the back piece together, and judging by the way I folded it, can you see there's not going to be a joining at the shoulder? Can you see? So the first thing I will be doing, please ignore the initial marking. I was going to do it on my own before. Then I thought I could show you guys. Okay, so the next thing I'll be doing is to indicate the length of the dress. In this case, the length is 40. I will be adding 1 inch allowance for folding. So that means I'll be marking 41. I'll mark 41 on the other end as well and use my ruler to connect together. The next thing I'll do is to indicate the waistline. The waistline of this person is 16. From 16, I'm going to come down by 8 inches. So right there is where we'll be taking our hip measurement. I'll do that on the other end and join it together as well. Can you see? So I'll be starting with the hip. Hip the hip of this client is 39.5 divided by 4 gives me 9.8. So I approximated to 10 plus 3 inches for ease, and then plus 3 0.5 for sewing allowance. Everything equates to 13.5. So I will be joining that. I have 13.5 there. I'm going to put indicate 13.5 at the M as well. I'm not going to pencil it at all, so I will join it together. Can you see? You can choose to use 2, you can choose to use 1.5. By the time I multiplied 13.5 by 4, I got 52. Meanwhile, the actual measurement of the client is 39.5. So use that to judge how free you want your dress to be. So the from the waist, I'm just going to take 1 inch away from the measurement I have at the hip. So I mark 12.5 there, and I have 13.5 at the hip. So I'll be going over to the shoulder. Our shoulder measurement is 15. I'm going to indicate half of that, which is 7.5. Right there, I'm going to indicate the sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 10.5, but I want a material of 1.5 inch to be at the hem of the sleeve. So I'll take it away from 10.5. That gives me 9.5. 9.5 plus 0.5 inches for that I will use to attach it to the other material. That gives me 10. So from that 10, I will mark how wide the the sleeve will be, the round sleeve will be. Normally the round sleeve is 9, but I'm going to 9.5, but I'm going to make it 18. Half of 18 is 9, then I added 0.5 for any sewing allowance. So altogether, I want to find out if what I have up there is what I have down there as well, just to be sure it's straight. um At the bust line, I'll be using 13.5, the same thing I used at the hip. That's what I'll be using as well. I just want to be sure it's 9.5 that is there too. So from there, I will connect. Sorry guys, I didn't know this part wasn't showing. I just connected 9.5 straight down, and then I connected it to the chest, which is 13.5 as well. And then I'm going to connect to the waist, 13.5 to 12.5. So from that line, I came down by 2 inches, and then I made a curve. Can you see? Yeah. Cross check your measurements and cut. So as I was saying, the actual hip of this person is 39.5, but when I was done cutting, when I multiplied 13, the actual hip is 39.5. So by the time I multiply the 13.5 by the 13 by 4, I add 52. So if you don't want yours to be that big, you can add just 1.5 inch. You can add one, you can even add 1 inch. You can add two depending on how big you want it to be. So this dress is going to have pockets on both sides. So the material is folded into four already. I'm just going to use the chalk to trace my finger out. It's not so close to my finger. That's because I want it to be a little free, as it should be. Can you see? I have this in four places. The next thing I'll be doing is to mark the neck. I am using 3.5 by 1 inch, 3.5 inch width and 1 inch depth. So I'm going to join it together and make a curve. That's for the back. I'll be making a curve now. So you can see, so I've cut it out, I've opened it up as well, and this is what it looks like, guys. You can see there's not going to be a joining at the shoulder except for the sides. So I'm cutting the design on the chest now. I came down by 1 inch just to avoid the rough edges. The next thing I will do is to come down by 16 inches, which is the waistline, and then from that 16 inches I came down by 4 inches and I connect together. So I'll be marking the neckline of 3.5 and then 4 inches. Altogether I want it to be 7 inches. I'll mark 4 inches first and then I'll mark 7 inches, and then I want to be sure I have 3.5 there, so I'll just connect it together. Can you see? I'll connect the 4 inches together as well. So what I did there, I tried to do it on the other side as well, and then I made a notch to help me know the center. So I'll get my ruler and connect the middle together. So I've done that. I'm just going to extend the 3.5 inches downward, and I'm going to connect with my ruler afterwards. Can you see? So I'm coming in by 0.5 inch there and 0.5 inch there. I'll go up by 1.5 and then I'll connect. But then the curve is going to have a pointy edge, so I'm just going to slant it a little to see if I'll get the perfect shape. Still not really getting it. Let's see. I'll come out by 1 inch there. Let's put a measurement to it. I'll come out by 1 inch there, and the height is 1.5, and then I'll just slant it. There you go. So this is perfect. So I'm going to make a curve, not so curvy. Going to make a curve. Can you see? So I'm going to make another curve to meet it. Can you see? It's looking like it already. Yeah. So I will mark 2.5 inches there, 2.5 inches, and then right there I'll mark 3 inches. Slant it. And then I'll roll that upward. What I just did there, I'm going to repeat it on the other side and connect it together with my ruler. Then I will connect together. So I'll go up by 1.5 on both sides. You can go up by 2 inches, but don't let it be more than 2. So make a curve like this. Can you see? You can still go up by 2. 2 is also very fine. Yeah. So I'm going to find the midpoint from that 7 inches to where I just came down, where I just went up by 1.5. And then that's the midpoint. I'm going to indicate it on both sides. I will come in by half an inch, and then I'm going to make a curve. I am so sorry guys, I didn't realize this part wasn't showing as well, but you will see it on the other end. So this is exactly what I did on that side. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah, we're ready now. I'm just going to make a little curve there. I don't want it sharp. Can you see? So the next thing is to give it half inch at the shoulder, half inch sewing allowance at the shoulder, and then roll together and then cut out. Can you see? Carefully. Can you see? It's pretty easy. I just attached measurement to it just to make it easier. Can you see? Go over to the middle and cut carefully. Can you see? Remember to curve a little at this junction. Remember all the curvy area. Tilt your hand. Go up straight. Yeah. Cut off the excesses. Isn't this beautiful? Wow. Came out as intended. So I'll be cutting facing for the back piece. Remember we cut the front and back together. So I'll be placing this on it. I'll trace out the neckline. Can you see? I hope you can see. Oh no, let me adjust. So I'm going to trim it out like this, cut it out like this. Can you see? So since I used 2.5 there, I will use 2.5 here as well so that they can align. So I'll mark 2.5 all the way around. Can you see? I'm going to cut on that choking. So I'll just place it on the black material. I want the black material to be at the back as well. So I'll go up by half an inch and connect together. Can you see? Go up straight from there. I'm going to cut exact replica of every other thing I did. If you need to pin, please pin at this point. But if you think you're careful enough, why not? Can you see? This is what I have. Yeah. So I'm going to cut that black material that will be at the tip of the sleeve. So I've decided to make it 1.5 inches high. And since it is folded, since I won't be folding I won't have to aim it or something. So I'm just going to add half inch to it. Remember the roundness of that sleeve is 18, half of 18 is 9. So I added half inch to it. So I'm marking 9.5. I connect together. I'll go up by 1.5, it is the actual, and then I will add half inch to it. It's already folded, that's how it will be sewn. So half inch allowance, I'll connect together and cut it out. Can you see, guys? So because I folded it into four, I was able to cut the front, the two, for the two sleeve at the time. You see that I have 19 inches. By the time I fold it into two, I have 9.5. By the time you hold half, I have exactly that 9 inches. I went ahead to join interfacing to all of them, the sleeve, the back neck interfacing, and the front as well. This is what it looks like. So I want to indicate the hip and the waistline. I folded the material back into four, and then I gave it a notch at the hip and the waist. So I want to trace this neckline on the main fabric. Can you see? I'm going to mark the neckline there. You remember I marked 4 and I marked 7, so I'm going to do that as well. You can put whatever depth you decided to use, and then I took away 1 inch, so I'm going to mark the 4, mark the 7, cut. I want to be sure that's 3.5. Connect together, connect the 7 and the 4. I'll do that on the other end as well. In case you didn't get it the first time, this is 4 and this is 7. I took 1 inch away. So yeah, 3.5, connect. In sewing, you just have to try as much as possible not to be forgetful. So look at this. Remember I put half inch. Yeah, so this is not part of the initial measurement. This is just sewing allowance. So I'm going to act like it's not there. I'll pin it down on both sides. Let me see. I pinned it to the back so we can have our actual, yeah. So I'm going to start from the shoulder now. Can you see? This is why I chalk it out so that I can know where exactly the neckline will fall in. If you need to pin all around, please pin. I try to pin that material down on the main fabric so it won't adjust. I don't want any story. Can you see? Trying to pin it down. I'm going to carefully cut it out. Can you see that it's pretty easy? Can you see? Just be very careful. It's not difficult at all. Voila! Can you see? So beautiful. So the first thing I will do, I'm going to attach that black material to the sleeve. Can you see? I'll attach it to the other end, and then I'm going to join with half an inch seam allowance that will give it the other time. And then I'm going to fold the hem for both the front and the back. I've done that. Can you see? I've done that. And then I folded the hem. Can you see? So I will sew it down with half an inch seam allowance. But before then, the pocket. So I came down by 1 inch from the waist, and then I'll attach the pocket this way. Can you see? You use 2 pieces for each side of the pocket. Can you see? So the first thing I'll do, I'll go and stitch that down by like 1/4 inch. Can you see? After I must have stitched with 1/4 inch, I will now from the sleeve sew with half an inch. Just watch my hand. That's how you're going to go with half an inch all the way down. If you give yours 1 inch, join it with 1 inch seam allowance, and you are going to use half an inch like me, so you can use half an inch as well. Can you see? Can you see? Don't forget, if you don't want it to be too big, you can use 1.5 ease. I've joined it together. Can you see? Can you see? With half an inch. I'll go over to the neckline, pin together, and trim out all the excesses carefully. Can you see? I'm going to join with half an inch that will give it the other time. So I've joined it. I will advise that you don't join that first side together. It's better to not join it so that you'll be able to lay it flat on your table. So I placed the right side of this black material on the wrong side of the fabric. Can you see that? You can see the choking, and of course I chalked the wrong side. So I've gone to stitch round. Can you see? And then I turned it. Can you see? I'm going to go over and fold that in as well, all around. Can you see? This is what it looks like. Can you see, guys? It's so beautiful. I'm just going to sew it all around with half an inch and pin. Don't forget to pin. Who else also uses hemming gum for necklines? The outcome is always so beautiful. It makes it flat. It's just effortlessly makes the neckline very neat. So I'm just going to stuck it in. Can you see? I even extended it to the body of that material. I want it to be so flat on that fabric. So that's what be going to do. I came down by 1 inch as well from the waistline, just like I did for the other side. I pinned and then I joined with 1/4 inch, and then I went over from the sleeve downward with 1/2 inch. Can you see, guys? I've done that. Can you see? Can you see? It's so beautiful. Look at the pocket. So I'm going to be crossing it with this fabric like this. So I made it 2 inches wide, and then I folded it in on both sides by 1/2 inch. Can you see it's 2 inches? So I had to I play after placing the fabric, I had to open up those sides a little, then I stuck in the Ankara fabric. I didn't want to put this before. It was an afterthought. So it looks like, guys. Try yours and let me know how it goes in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.